Welcome back to MKE Gadgets. Today we're going to make a new vise handle for my Kurt vise on my Bridgeport mill. This is a standard one that comes with your Kurt vise. And you might pick up a vise in a rummage sale or flea market or an auction that doesn't have a handle like this. We're going to show you how to make one today. This is really nice. This handle is very nice. Well made, heavy duty, but it is kind of heavy. So I saw on YouTube where a guy took a wrench, cut it off, and he welded a ball bearing on the end of it. Well, I've been looking for a ball bearing about 1.5 inch diameter, and I see him on MasterCard's website for like $75. I picked up this wrench at a flea market for $2, so that would really blow my budget. So I was thinking, what do I have around the shop that's around the same diameter, and I have a couple golf balls. So I milled a slot in this one, 1/4 inch wide, 675 thousandths wide, and I used some Gorilla Crazy Glue, and I glued it in. The only problem is I glued it in before I measured it, and it's kind of too long because it hits the weight covers on the bottom when you're turning it. So I still like it, and I like the idea. The next week I went to the same flea market, and I bought this 3/4 inch wrench. It has an open end on one side. On the opposite side has a swivel socket. And I thought, wow, this would be nicer. So today I'm going to modify this one and see if I can make it the right size. So the hardest part is, how do you hold a golf ball? A golf ball being round, it always wants to rotate or squish on you. You want to get a certain side up so you can kind of read the label. You might not have this, but I call this my box of holes. And this is just pieces of scrap that I use a Forstner bit and was playing with different sizes for different things I have made over the years, and I write with a pencil what size they are. So I can kind of use them for gauges. You know, this one's too big, this one's maybe a little too small. So I found out that if I use 1.25 inches, it will hold this really nice in the vise. Let's go to the drill press and I'll show you how I made a really quick fixture. I determined 1.5 inch hole in a scrap piece of wood would hold the golf ball really nice and safe. So I drilled out these scraps with a Forstner bit, and I marked the top so I have the same distance from the fence to the same distance to the bottom of the vise. Off camera, I used my cut-off wheel and I cut off the open end of the wrench. And I put some notches in here facing down. This way glue can fill that little notch and maybe hold on to the metal a little bit better. Now to the mill, and we can mill the golf ball. Using 2 scraps of plywood, with a Forstner bit I drilled 2 holes to hold the golf ball. And this is in here pretty secure. You can push on it and it ain't gonna move. You don't want it to slide or move or drop on you. This is a high-speed 4-flute end mill. I'm going to mill down about 3/4 inch. Move over 210 thousandths. And then go to the same depth. I'm going to go the opposite way, 210 thousandths, and mill to the center. With a little deburring blade, clean that up. It's always interesting to see what's in there. This is, looks like there was sawdust in there, some kind of wood core. And that's going to fit in there real nice. I might have to put some glue in there, I might have to pound it on, but it's going to be tight, and that's the way I like it. With the swivel, I won't have to worry about it hitting the way covers or the ways. So I'm going to leave it at this length. If it's too long in the future, I can always cut off and shorten it. But let's take it to the bench, assemble this, and I think we're done. So I took a wrench, I got $3 at the flea market, cut off the open end, put a couple notches for glue in there, took a golf ball I found in my backyard, milled a slot in there. Now I'm going to glue this in there. I'm trying this Gorilla Super Glue, it's called. And it says 1 drop per square inch. So I don't need a whole lot. Just fill up these notches here. And I'm hoping that kind of gives a little holding power in there. Get it going there straight. Now I know what you might be saying, well, you know, I don't have a Bridgeport mill and I don't have a Kurt vise, but you might have some kind of vise. You might need a wrench all the time for your boat or your ATV, and it's nice to have a dedicated wrench. And with this handle on there, it's really comfortable if you have to tighten repetitively. Let's go over to the vise and see how it works. Now here's the original handle. It's about the same size. And it feels really good in your hand. But this one I made is a lot lighter. And that ball really feels good in the hand swinging that around. You can hold it a lot of different ways. It'll be interesting to see if the super glue, the few drops I put in there, is good enough to glue it. I think it will be. If not, I'll try some epoxy next time. If it's too long, I'll cut it off and make it shorter and use a different ball. This is MKE Gadgets, and thanks for following along today on this project. If you like my video, please subscribe. If you subscribed, please tell your friends. Thank you very much. Now these golf balls I all found in my backyard, and they're all kind of muddy. And I've been saving them for a while. I didn't know what I was going to do with them. And you're probably thinking, boy, how do you get your balls so clean? You know, you can scrub them and scrub them. But I have this ultrasound cleaner I got for Christmas a couple of years ago. And you can use hot water, and it has a little ultrasound, it vibrates. And whoa, they're warm. But they come out, they still look dirty. You can see the steam coming off. And you can wipe them off. And just look how clean they come. This one might need a little bit more. It looks like it was sitting in the mud. This is probably in the backyard when I found it, and it was probably sitting in the dirt for who knows how many years. But, woo, that's hot. But a little ultrasound cleaning, and you can have really nice looking balls. Thank you.